here, and the book today is Jack McDevitt's Infinity Beach. About 10 years ago, I tried to read Jack McDevitt's Eternity Road, but stopped after about 75 pages. I don't really remember why. It was 10 years ago, and I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. But I have this general sense of dissatisfaction with that book. And deja vu all over again. 75 pages into this, general sense of dissatisfaction. But this time, at least I know the reason why. It's because the characters all acted to book. By that I mean they react and do things in a way that's designed to bring the plot along, not in a way that normal human beings would react. And that's pretty annoying. If you want to stay with the story, you have to give it great... If you want to stay with the story, you have to give it great benefits of the doubt. I mean, I suppose there could be a planet-wide blasé attitude towards a massive mountain-killing explosion initiated by some kind of antimatter leak, but it's not the reaction you'd expect. Most of us would be running around throwing our hands in the air going, "What the hell was that?" But the people of the planet Greenway just go, "Oh, how about that? Too bad about the mountain and the village and all the dead people. Let's just avoid that area from now on, Snookums." Which is underwhelming, to say the least, and I suspected I was heading into another Eternity Road type of read and braced for tossing this across the room, but stayed my hand because McDevitt is rather well regarded in the sci-fi community, and one does not get such regard without some merit. So I read on to discover if such regard was indeed merited. Or have tens of thousands of discerning sci-fiers somehow lost their sense of literary taste? A COVID-19 kind of attack. Man, that virus is nasty. As it turned out, there was a reason for this planet-wide indifference. This lack of affect, the dull response to rather disturbing phenomena, and a rather chilling reason at that. By this time in human history, we've lost it. The sense of adventure, the spirit of St. Louis, what's over the next horizon, up and at 'em and can do, is dead. Kaput. Finito. We have finally become the lotus eaters that all the politicians seem intent upon turning us into. Leisurely we are, flying our gliders and our faster-than-light transports among the 9 inhabited worlds where we languish in languor and luxury and engage in mildly interesting pastimes, undisturbed and unbothered. No more worlds to conquer. We've already conquered them. Heck, we don't even have kids anymore. We have clones. The main character of this book is Dr. Kimberly Brandywine, and she is a spokeswoman and fundraiser for a scientific institute, which is one of the last ones that seem to have a mission of trying to find out if there are any extraterrestrials out there. How are they going about doing this? By blowing up stars. Yeah, apparently somebody thought it was a good idea to nova a series of stars as a way of saying hi to any other civilizations out there. Of course, any other civilization noting that we are blowing up stars might be a bit wary of saying hi back to us, at least not without some means of blowing up our star. I mean, what a harebrained idea. The first of many harebrained ideas and situations that made me despair of this book, like the disappearance years before of Dr. Brandywine's sister. It wasn't really her sister, but her clone. And I don't know if it's a clone of Dr. Brandywine or of her parents, but, you know, just go with it. The clone sister and a friend vanished out of a taxi. water sprinkler. Where was I? They vanished out of a taxi moments after returning from an aborted interstellar mission to locate the ETs. This on a planet and in a society where everybody is tracked 24/7 and where crime is so rare as to elicit worldwide response should anybody just jaywalk. And then that mountain blows up, wiping out hundreds of square miles around the house of the guy who flew the aforementioned aborted mission on which Kim's sister and the disappeared friend had been crewmen. Now you and I would immediately think there's something rotten in Denmark. But Greenway is astonishingly uninterested in these events, which roused my suspicions that something else was going on, because even the most obtuse of authors, and yes, I'm looking at you, Dan Brown, couldn't be this obtuse, right? Right. Very right. As it turns out, McDevitt has rather brilliantly shown us the consequences of our lotus-eating urges. Now, here and there, other reviewers have posited that the lack of contact with any extraterrestrial civilization after all this time has driven the adventure out of Greenway's inhabitants. But it seems to me that spirit was dying centuries before. The 9 worlds have quite a rousing history, as alluded to here and there in the book, including dictatorships and interplanetary warfare. But then all that is set aside as we become more civilized, and everyone gets what they want, and everyone is taken care of. No need to struggle, no need to challenge yourself, or anything. Pass the Grey Poupon, Muffy. Remember that when you vote. Old guy here. See you later.